Good morning and welcome to the Photography Adventures in Nepal, a country that I've dreamed of exploring as a photographer for years. After long flights and tough gear decisions, I did have to leave my best one behind. We finally touched down in Kathmandu, where we start our journey. A journey that today makes me ask you a simple question. How do you feel about giving money for street portraits? Does that change your experience of the portrait and the act of creation? This is a difficult topic, and I invite you to discover with me how and why this came up today in my exploration through the visually rich streets of Patan and Kathmandu. So if you're ready, let me fill you in on this sunrise shoot where I've taken some of my favorite photos, and also let's talk about that situation with the yaks. Alright guys, look at this. This morning for sunrise we went to the temple over there. I'm gonna show you a few photos and tell you the story, but first of all there's a big bummer. I told you that I was trying to get to the mountains and see yaks and stuff. It turns out that the timing may be completely off. I may not have the time for that because everything is pretty far. The yaks live above 3,000 meters. So we'll see throughout the day if I find a plan or not. But right now we're gonna head to two places. Patan, that a lot of people have recommended me to go and explore and take photos, and then we'll go to a big Shiva temple tonight where there's both cremations and blessings and music, and apparently it's pretty insane. So I'm gonna be on the 35mm f1.4 and my 24-70 today. Jeremy, who is over there, has his 7200 f4, which should be cool. What do you think, Jeremy, of the sunrise at the Monkey Temple?
It was really nice. Unfortunately, we have so much haze here in Kathmandu at the moment, but that was really cool to be there. Got a bunch of cool shots, I think.
A million shots of monkeys.
Yeah, way too many shots of monkey. That's like kind of the issue.
What's your camera for today for photos?
Well, you're holding it, a 7.4 here with like a 16-35 that I'm gonna use mostly to shoot here, and I have the 7200 in my pocket because it fits in those huge pocket right there.
What? That's hilarious.
From time to time, I'm just gonna use the Miji when I find like a cool shot that I like. I have some Kodak Gold 200 in it. And I'll give it to you also later so you can play around with it.
Yeah, I want to try that camera. I have my Olympus AF10 with me with Ektar 100 film. That's for another video. I think it's time to go explore. Are you ready?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go. Let's try to get a car on this Nepalese app called Patao, and let's go explore. So at sunrise it was really interesting to get to the Monkey Temple because we got there before sunrise, and so what happened is that you had people preparing a lot of candles and you were able to get those shots with just the candle lights, which looked really awesome. And then you would get to the top and there was a lot of prayer happening, offerings, chanting. Honestly, it was a magical experience and definitely want to go back for sunrise. But there's so much to do around Kathmandu, Patan, and I think it's just going to be fun to explore with all that. And yesterday at night, we actually ran into people who follow my work, and they proposed to meet us to go to that Shiva temple I mentioned to actually experience what's happening. And apparently it's super crowded and very beautiful experience. So excited, and let's see how everything's gonna be. It's a little hectic everywhere. It's awesome. Okay, so we're in Patan, and since I don't know nothing about the history, we decided to take a guide. We have Lee. Hello.
Hello.
Namaste. So he's gonna show us around, explain a little bit the history and all that, and we'll be taking photos. Let's go, let's explore. This is really beautiful.
So you can say the Kathmandu, we have three different cities. The first one is the Kathmandu city, which is a city of business and trade. Second city is the Bhaktapur, and the Bhaktapur is the city of agriculture. And last one is the Patan, which is a city of fine art. Okay, so there are the three different cities, but in every city we have a Darbar square. So Darbar means royal palace. So this was a royal palace square, which was built by the Malla dynasty during the 16th to 17th centuries. So these are maximum 400 years old.
Alright, we're shooting in literally midday, harsh light. It's super difficult. I mean, I'm learning a lot about the history, so I don't really care as much about the photos. But now that I'm here, I'm actually trying to play with the harsh light and with the sun. So for example, I was actually aligning. If you see the sun with the top of that temple, you can see those shots are like not easy. It's like harsh light, but there's still some things you can do, you know. Definitely not maybe the most epic shots you would like put in a book. Maybe you would want to come in the morning or like in the evening to have a different type of light. But for now and for my exploration, this is perfect. And I did get some cool other shots with people waiting, with like some life happening. So I mean, there's a lot to document. You know, documentation does not mean just the best time of the day either in terms of light. That's awesome. So much to learn here. The history is super rich. Love it. How do you manage your electrical cables? Look at this. This is absolutely insane. I don't know. I feel like those cables are here forever until one day they just like remove everything and they're like, we'll start fresh.
You have to work with it.
Okay, so I took the 7200 from Jeremy. He had it in his pocket. It's the F4 version with the macro. It's compact enough that you keep it in your pocket. It's a little scary.
Though, like
wait, does my 7200 doesn't have a lens cap right now?
Yeah, but it's like a clean pocket. There is nothing else in it.
Yeah, but so for the dancers, they come here every 12 years only, and they're from a certain region. And so this is literally the time they came today, and the next time maybe only in 12 years. So that's why it was all the people and all the dance happening. It's pretty cool. Alright, this makes for great photos, this place. We'll try to go eat something also. Alright, so this is called Niwari dish, right?
Yeah.
Thanks guys.
You're welcome.
So camera is taking a rest. We'll enjoy this and see you in a second. Wow, that food was so good. What do you think?
The food was really, really good actually.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be so good. That's probably the best thing we ate in Nepal so far, I think. In my opinion, that was like really nice. You had like 6 or 7 different plates and you kind of mix and match whatever you want. So that was super, super tasty.
Alright, I'm hijacking the vlog because Pierre is on the phone right now. We're basically moving location. We're gonna join the 2 guys that we've met yesterday. They're gonna show us around the temple that apparently is pretty important here in Kathmandu, and there is a ceremony tonight, so that's gonna be pretty interesting for photos. So we'll meet you there.
Let's go to the next shoot. We may be a little late with the light, but we'll see. Thank you. Woo. Okay, light is out. We made it. I'm excited. Let's find our friends. Hopefully, we're gonna have direct light hitting a little bit into the temple. There's some clouds moving in and out, so let's hope. And I may switch to the 35-1.4 a little bit later in the day. I actually want to take portraits at 35-1.4, but I haven't done so yet. I've done them at 72.8, which also looks really cool. There's a few I'm really excited about from today, but we'll see how it keeps going in the night. So nice. Let's go. Alright, so we made it inside the temple, and Pratik, Sahil, welcome. So there's cremation going on right here. That's the body, and that's burning over here. The person from the office gave us a bunch of cool information about this place. It's really interesting to see. So we're gonna walk around. I'm gonna try to rush because the sun is going down. I want to take opportunity to get a sense of the feel of the place while we still have that sunset light up there, because with the light it should be good. We should go. Let's go try. We just took a portrait of, what do you call those?
Babaji.
Babaji. Okay. And they asked for a little bit of money for the photos, and I was saying, I think in a way it's fine, because it's like you would hire a model in a way, and people are here and they're taking time and effort to do what they do. Whoa. There's a big cow coming through. And so it's like, it's part of the game also of being here. Now, if you want to pretend that this is a guy you found in the mountain that was alone, I don't think you can make pretend that. But, you know, you gotta be honest with things, and that's why I like it and why I'm sharing it also. It's like, no, we totally gave him some money for the shot, and it's totally normal and cool. Hi, cow. Okay, this is really tough to get a clean shot. It's not afterglowing as much as I wanted to. Because this, on the non-hazy day, this would be so good. Right now, it's like a little bit hard to work with.
Here you can see happiness and sadness, all the duality together. When we live our life completely in the moment, we accept both, and same time we let go.
All right, we're walking around the place and we actually got a guide again, because I think it's a great way to learn about everything. So he's super nice. It's such an interesting place because on that side they're gonna have a very happy celebration ceremony, and on the other side they're literally washing the body of a dead person before the cremation behind the bridge. So it's like that duality between death and life and death, and both always being together and not being separate. I think it's pretty cool to see it. And like the guide says, in a lot of cultures it's literally removed, so you may not think as much of it or be afraid of it. And yeah, it's interesting to witness that, especially as a photographer, like, and try to document. I was actually taking longer exposure shots with the bridge to get some movement on the bridge, and I find it super interesting, that contrast. So I tried a little bit slower exposure. We'll see how it looks. Let me know what you think. Guys, I am pooped out, but let's review a few shots together. Let's debrief, because that's what I do usually with friends. So today, there's a shot I absolutely love, which was the portrait that I took right arriving at the temple tonight. I really like the guy, pretty nice fellow. He just seemed friendly, honestly. Even when someone made a joke saying I should pay him, he actually declined. He didn't want any money, etc. And that contrasts with the other portrait with the sadhu that I took, where that person was asking money. So I don't know how you feel about that actually. It's normal to give something to people or not. I usually try to buy something from them, or yeah, honestly, I'm happy. I'm okay to give them a little something if they ask for it, because at the end of the day, you know, we're creating with them, and if we had a model, we would actually hire and pay a model. Now, if you wanted to be fully candid, sometimes it's not possible and sometimes it is. I think the one thing for me that's important is to be kind of honest about that. If you actually paid that person, or if it's organized shoot, just let us know. Don't pretend like it's a travel shot that you got in the mountains. This one also, I think, cropped in will look pretty nice with the person walking along the red wall. And then when I go back, I had another one that I kind of liked. Oh, that dance in the city earlier by the museum actually came out really nice, and there was this really cool portrait with all the women dressed in red, and I really like the emotion and what came out of that image. That was cool. I like that. Lots of small moments like that. Even I took portraits also of the guide, the first guide. He was super friendly. I'll send him the photo in an email. And I think for the rest of the shots, since it was midday, it's kind of interesting to play with that harsh light, and maybe I should make a video on that and really try to position it in certain angles so that you can actually play and add to your images. I grabbed this shot of a guy while we were going there on the taxi. I actually really like that photo. It's really fun, the guy at the back of the motorcycle. So there we go. That's for today. Tomorrow, new adventures. Make sure you join us for the next adventures, and remember, get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new. No matter where you are in this world, there's no excuse. Just look closer if you can't find inspiration. Bye.